in the Agile Manifesto, and you can consult the Agile Manifesto at a specific link that was presented a couple of slides ago. The idea is to follow a couple of principles, and the Agile Manifesto states 12 principles. Okay, so let's take a closer look to each of these principles. The idea for principles, by the way, is to actually guide all the Agile approaches so that they all are based on the same principles. Okay, so what are the principles behind the Agile Manifesto? First principle: our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Nowadays, one of the movements and community that is most impressive, it's the DevOps community. And one of the basic principles of DevOps is to actually promote continuous delivery. So 20 years ago, this was already stated in the Agile Manifesto. So in the Agile Manifesto, their main concern was to actually promote the customer relationship, allowing every team to actually satisfy the customer by providing with continuous delivery of the software product that he was going to pay and to use. Second principle: welcome changing requirements, even late in the development. This is something that, as I have already stated, implies a large amount of risk when conducting a waterfall approach for software development, but when you're considering an agile approach, the idea is to stop having such a heavy weight process related to the software development and having a more lightweight approach. So the idea is to welcome all the changes that are feature requests, functionalities, non-functionality requests, performance issues, all of the considerations and the issues that allow our customer to gain competitive advantage by buying and by promoting our product. Third principle: deliver working software frequently, from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, with a preference to the shorter time scale. So remember the pictures in the crisis? The idea is to shorten the time frame between the first one and the last one. So if you could do it in a couple of weeks, you are definitely on the right path. If you can do it every day, even better. Okay? Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. This is one of the key aspects of agile teams. When you're inside an agile team and you're working with everyone, you actually get to work with everyone. Even the customer is there to work with the same goal as a team of programmers. The idea is to make the best software product possible. Okay? Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need and trust them to get the job done. One of the principles behind the Agile Manifesto is this one. This is rather important because you aren't able to motivate individuals and people just because you want to. People have to be proud of the work they are conducting, have to be happy in the work place. They have to trust one another, they have to trust in their team. And if you actually provide with enough support to individuals and you promote their self-organization policies that they will actually define by themselves, they will get the job done. Okay, and you have to trust them. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. Even in this scenario of virtual and even more and growing virtual environment where all the teams are even if not separated geographically, but are interacting via a screen, basically reduces the amount of information that is possible to pass from one person to another if they actually have a face-to-face conversation. For instance, having something written could be a major source of problems, because written communication sometimes has second interpretations, and actually people might not understand what actually is written in the message. Working software is the primary measure of progress. If you want to see your customer happy, bring him the software that works and does something that he is expecting the software to do. Okay? Agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. So the idea is behind this principle is to actually look at the software product as a living thing that actually continues over time. So it doesn't have a final stop date. It actually keeps their maintenance, and you can actually add extra features to software products, and all of this can be easily achieved if you at the start promote an agile approach where developers, sponsors, and users are actually all working for the same. They are trying to produce a software product that lives throughout the time. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. The idea behind this principle is to actually promote the architecture behind the software. So you need to be an expert in technology. You need to, and if you aren't at the beginning, you will definitely be at the end of a project or in the middle of a project. The idea is that you promote the continuous excellence and the good practices of design in a continuous way, getting better every day. Simplicity. This is a rather difficult principle because the idea is to maximize the amount of work not done. As a developer, we all know what is the feeling of getting something extra, like an extra feature that wasn't requested, that isn't going to be paid, but program it because you have 100% sure that that feature will be the most important feature in the next sprint or in the next iteration with your client. The idea of every agile approach is to actually promote simplicity. So if the customer hasn't requested, if it isn't something that you have compromised, you have committed, and you want to deliver in the next release to your customer, do not do it. Remember, you should maximize the amount of work not done. The best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. So this comes in the sequence of another principle that motivates or proposes that you let your team to do some self-organizing work. The idea is to actually believe in your team and empower your team so that they can produce the best work they can. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. The idea is that at the end of each cycle, there is an excellent opportunity for every member of the team to actually do some reflection on how the iteration has occurred, how the work in as a team and individually has evolved, so that as an individual and as a team you can actually promote a plan to improve the outcomes of the team in the next cycle or in the next iteration. What are the key points for this session? Understand the software development crisis as it happened and still probably nowadays still occurs. The idea behind agile approaches is to find some type of solution for this software development crisis to allow customers to have the product that they really want, okay, and not something else completely outdated and without any relation to the requirements that they have requested. Regarding the Agile Manifesto, remember that the most valued items are individuals and interactions, working software, customer collaboration, responding to change. Regarding the 12 principles that are stated in the Agile Manifesto, the guidelines are the ones that should be followed for all the Agile approaches in the industry. Welcome to the Agile community, and thank you for your attention.